Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Karen from our first story is being very inconsiderate and rude, even after she's been asked on multiple occasions to park elsewhere and to not touch someone else's property. Here we go. Purposely making my neighbor late for work. I, 22-year-old female, live at home. We have a neighbor, Mark, who's renting out the rooms in his house to Karen. She's been living in the room now for about a year. She has 3 cars for no reason. 2 are Camrys and the other is a Sentra. Before she moved in, my sister and I would always park in front of our house. My dad made it a point that we were to only park in front of our house because, 1, he thinks it's rude to park in front of neighbors' houses because that front their property, and 2, we have security cameras that are only pointed at our property, so if something were to happen to our cars, it'd be on camera. Now that Karen lives there, she parks 1 car in the driveway, another in the middle of the street in front of Mark's house, and the other Camry in front of our house. There's no room for another car anywhere. The street that can fit 4, maybe 5 cars now has only 2 cars on it. My sister and/or I don't have anywhere to park, so we have to go to the neighborhood over to park. A while ago, my dad put the trash cans in front of our house as per usual, and when I was coming home from work, I got stuck behind the trash picker-upper guy and he passed our house. I noticed that the trash can was up on the curb and Karen was parked where the trash cans were supposed to be. They're usually on the street, and once it's emptied, Dad takes it to the house. The trash was full. Karen moved our trash cans to park in front of our house. I ran the trash can to another block to see if the trash guy would still take it. Another neighbor, Bob, saw me doing this and helped me bring them back and told my dad what happened. Dad went over to Karen and told her never to touch the trash cans again and stop parking in front of our house. He explained why. Cameras, my daughters can't park, etc. It's now December and it's not stopped. My dad called Mark and asked him to talk to Karen. We heard him yelling at her, but it still hasn't changed anything. A few days ago, she parked the Camry in front of our house and took the Sentra out. When I got home, I decided to park in front of her, blocking my parents' driveway and leaving no room for her to get out from the front. My sister got home and I had her parked behind Karen's Camry and left her no room behind either. The next morning, I was getting ready with the window open and Karen asked me to move one of the cars so she can leave and that she was running late. I told her that I was taking a shower and she'd have to wait. It's not my fault she's running late. And if this was such a problem, she should stop taking up so much space with 2 little cars. She struggled for 20 minutes, but did end up getting out. Since then, I've been doing this daily, and my family and other neighbors like Bob help by telling me how close to get. I told a friend about this. She said I'm being an a-hole for making her late. Karen's been asked many times to park normally. We put good money into our cars. My family wants the cars to be on camera. She's obviously a show, not tell kind of person and can't understand the concept of being mindful of others. So she has to be shown. And our second story. Where's my effing food? I work fast food and I never forget this night. I was working drive-thru register one late night, probably around 12 a.m. This guy pulls up to the box to order his food. My coworker also had a headset on, so she took the order. However, she forgot to put it in the register, so when he pulled up, I, of course, had to ask what his order was. I'll be me, and the dude will be, well, dude. Me. Hello, sir. I'm sorry, but my coworker didn't ring your food up. May I ask what you ordered again? I apologize for this. Dude. What the hell? I already ordered my effing food. Why don't you have my effing food ready? He's yelling at this point, so I tried to keep my cool. Me. Again, I apologize. Dude. Quit effing apologizing, you mother effer. Crap, I'm gonna be effing late to my damn job now. Me. Sir, I'm just trying to help you out. What was the order, and I'll give it to you. Dude. No, I'm not telling you. I've already ordered my effing food. So I closed the window and asked the most senior team member on the floor if I could just give him the food for free or I'll just pay for it myself just to get him off my drive-thru. They said I could just give it to him for free. Me. Sir, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, so we'll just replace your order for free. Dude. Why the F would I want to get it free if I just ordered? I was just dumbfounded at this point. I want my effing food right now. How hard can it be? Me. Sir, please calm down. I'm trying to help you out. Dude. Damn mother effing fast food workers can't get a damn order right. Where's my food at? Me. Your food hasn't been made yet because you refused to tell me. I can't help you unless you help me. At this point, he just continues to yell more curse words, knocking on the window while hitting on his steering wheel because he's upset. I close the window to get the assistant general manager on the floor. Thank God he just entered the building, smiling because he has no idea what's going on. So I call him over to explain to him the situation. He goes to the window and tries to calm the guy down and wanting to know what he ordered. Dude, who the hell are you? Where's my effing food, mother effer? AGM, sir, if you don't stop cursing at me, there's nothing I can do for you. Dude, don't make me come in there, you mother effer. AGM, come on in here. The door's unlocked. You're welcome to come in. The guy gets mad and starts to drive off, not before he yelled some more words out the window, so my AGM sticks out his head and says, "What then? Come on back here and be a man." He closes the window, and we all just had a good laugh. He told me I did a fantastic job of not getting angry and keeping calm throughout the situation. I seen the angry dude again about a month ago. I served him on the front register, and the look on his face was priceless. Total embarrassment. I don't understand why people get overly mad at crap like this. It accomplishes nothing. And our next story. I blocked off my yard from my neighbors. The houses in our town are very close together. My husband and I are in our mid-20s and own our home. The house next to us is a duplex that semi-frequently goes through tenants. The driveway isn't big enough to fit all the cars, so they often park a vehicle in the grass between the sidewalk and the road. And we don't have curbs in our neighborhood. Well, when the neighbors park in front of their house on their strip of grass, they drive through our yard. When they pull in from the driveway, they don't back out using the driveway, they just pull through our yard. Sometimes they just pull through our yard when coming home and leave through the driveway. We've asked every new neighbor to not drive in our yard and have had to ask several times to not do it. We own our home. We take a lot of pride in keeping it looking nice, which includes the yard. I'm tired of having to ask people to not drive in our yard. We don't know the landlord or how to contact them. I also don't want to call the police because I don't want the family who does it to be evicted. The family has 3 kids and housing's very hard to come by in our town. I want to block off the section of my yard they drive in so they're forced to use their driveway only. And I don't want to put anything that could damage their vehicle. I just want to use standard driveway markers. I've brought it up to my parents and they basically just tell us to get over it. Update. I looked up online the tax records to find who the owner was. I found his information and got a hold of him. He told me no one should be parking where they are and that they're supposed to use the regular driveway. He asked which apartment was doing it, and I said I wasn't sure. He then said if it keeps happening to call the police as well. He didn't seem too interested in helping any, so we built a fence and installed security cameras just in case. And our last story. I'm his lawyer, and if you continue to harass him or his family, I will sue your HOA into oblivion. This is my friend's story, and here's the cast. Joe is my buddy. Lester's another friend who happens to be a lawyer. Karen is HOA Karen, and me is me. So a few years back, Joe and his wife were looking at houses. Well, his wife fell in love with one that happened to be in an HOA neighborhood. I warned him against it, but Joe said it'll be all right, and they bought it. Joe decided to use one of those pods things to move all their stuff. The thing was in their driveway for 2 days when Karen appeared. She's got this crap-eating grin on her face like she just won a prize. She pulled out this little pink pad and wrote them a fine for the pod being unsightly or some nonsense. Well, I happened to be helping them move in and asked, he's been here less than a week and you're finding him already? Doesn't he get a warning or something? She gave me a nasty look, took the fine slip back and wrote warning on it and told Joe that the pod had better be gone by the next day or he'd be fined for every day it was there. Well, the pod couldn't be picked up until the following Monday, so Joe winds up paying a hefty fine after being there less than a week. I admit to telling Joe, I told you so. So the following week, the satellite company was installing Joe's satellite on his roof when Karen appeared again. She tells him that all satellites must be installed in the backyard due to them being unsightly, so Joe has the installer take down the satellite and install it on their back deck. Let me tell you, that was some crap reception from back there with all the trees blocking it. Well, Joe tells me about it, and I'm thinking, they can't do that because of federal laws and such. I give my buddy Lester a call, and he says, nope, the FCC has pretty strict laws regarding satellites, and they can't do a damn thing about it. He can install it anywhere he damn well pleases, and there ain't crap they can say. Now, I know Lester's more gung-ho than I am about people's property being their own business, and everyone else can just F off, so I ask Lester if he'd help Joe out, and he agrees, and we all decide to get together for dinner. At dinner, Joe mentions that the satellite installer told him that he'd get better reception if they could put it up on a post in the front yard. Joe wouldn't agree to it because he knew Karen would say something, so he initially had the guy install it on his roof. Now that he's learned Karen can't do anything about it, Joe says he's going to get them to move it onto a post. Lester and I decide we can't wait to see this crap, so we have Joe let us know when the installer's going to be there, and we decide to make it a barbecue with all our families. Hell, we even gave the installer a burger. The day arrives and we're all having a good time, and the installer shows up. He asks where Joe wants the satellite moved to, and I crap you not, Joe drags out this 12-foot 6x6 pole barn post painted safety cone orange from his garage, plants it straight into a hole he's already dug in the center of his front yard, points at the top of it and says, "Right effing there." I just about spit beer everywhere. Well, of course, a little while later, Karen shows up with her little pad, just scribbling as fast as she can while walking at the same time. She starts screaming at the installer, who's enjoying a burger at this point, at Joe, at me, basically anyone within sight of her. Lester lets her have her tantrum, takes the fine she'd written Joe, rips it in half, and says as calm as you please, something like, "Ma'am, the FCC's in charge of satellites, not you or your HOA. Federal law supersedes any HOA rule you can make up, so you can't do crap about Joe's satellite. Furthermore, I'm Joe's lawyer, and if you continue to harass him or his family, I will sue your HOA into oblivion." She stomped off in a huff, and we all had a good laugh. She's still writing Joe fines for petty crap, but he just gives them to Lester, who sends her notice that the fines won't be paid. Lester's pretty much become an expert on their HOA rules and found out that their fines aren't enforceable because of some loophole they wrote in when the HOA was created. Hell, Joe's wife even made up flyers and put them in all his neighbors' mailboxes so they know they don't have to take Karen's crap. Best part of it all is that we still get together for barbecues every now and then, and Joe still has that orange pole barn post holding up the satellite in his yard. He even keeps it freshly painted so it stays looking nice for the HOA. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.